Oh, you know what that means. You know what that is. You know what it means. You know what it is. It's the first episode back, and 2022 is about to go insane as fuck. Thank you. Thank you for all of the support throughout all of the years. Ladies and gentlemen, you are back with another episode of Cannabis and Coffee with LaTosque. And I am tuned in today with the GOAT, the one and only, the only motherfucker you see on every single weed show ever. I swear. I swear. It's like you do not miss. And I'm so glad that I finally got to track him down and sit him down on the Cannabis and Coffee podcast because I got a lot to pick his brain in the short amount of time that we got. Ladies and gentlemen, with me is Ngaio Bealum. And I hope I said that right. And we're going to find out after this message. As I promised before the motherfucking video, I'm sitting here with the legend himself, Ngaio Bealum. Am I saying?
Ooh, no, you're not pronouncing it right.
Oh fuck! I hate when people do it.
All
right, please
Ngaio Bealum. Ngaio Bealum.
Ngaio Bealum.
Ngaio, like one Ngaio. Ngaio.
Ngaio. Okay, there we go. Because I get people saying LaTosque all the time, and
it's LaTosque.
It's LaTosque. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow. And how do you say your last name?
Bealum.
Bealum. Okay.
Bealum.
Thank you.
Ngaio Bealum.
The actor, activist, comedian, musician,
don't stop,
writer,
sounds great,
juggler,
all that
publisher,
shit.
cannabis host,
right?
Damn.
What else? Is there more stuff? Juggler, you got juggler.
Friend of I said juggler in there. I said juggler.
Rock on tour.
Oh, I didn't say. Yes, humble bragger. Okay, I didn't say. I did not say cannabis radio host.
Oh yeah, I used to do a thing. I have a new podcast actually. If you go to Spotify, I have a new podcast called "Chopping It Up with Ngaio," where I just chop it up with people. Not unlike Cannabis and Coffee here with LaTosque.
Wow, it don't sound too far off.
Chopping it up, Stoners like to chop it up.
What are you talking about on your podcast?
We just chop it up. I invite friends over. We get on the Zoom. And we just talk. We talk about whatever. We talk about politics. We talk about work. We talk about good cooking. We talk about heist movies. We talk about baseball. We talk about Detroit.
Just all over the place.
Whatever. Man, I always have good conversations with my friends. And I'm vain enough to think that other people might want to listen because apparently that's what people do on podcasts is you just listen to some other person talk to their friends. So
really, that's really all it is. I mean, like
I'm going to have some random strangers on too. Every once in a while.
I was about to say, I've been lucky enough to be able to invite some more successful people on the podcast and have people like yourself and Maps. And I got Chris from the CEO of Kings and Queens coming on sometime soon. We're going to actually have to reschedule. But this is a really dope upscale marijuana brand that's launching out here in Arizona.
Upscale cannabis.
Listen, what is your thoughts on that?
I've been enjoying the Arizona weed, but I feel like your taxes are crazy. Your taxes like 25% or 50% or some ridiculous shit.
Yeah, fam, it's up there. It's like 18 to 25%.
That was nutty to me.
They're
doing that in California too, and in a way, it's probably easier for Arizona to get away with that because Arizona didn't already have like a thriving quasi underground cannabis economy, right? California's having a problem because the taxes are crazy high. So an eighth that you can get from the weed man for $40 is going to cost you $65. And they might even if that eighth is $60, they're still going to add another 10-20% tax. Now you're paying $75 for an eighth of weed, which you can go see the weed man and get it for way cheaper.
True.
And you don't have to drive as far.
Or you can grow it yourself. Cali is the perfect conditions, and like if I'm not mistaken, you don't have a cap on how many flowers you can grow out there, right?
It depends on what city or county you're in. The default is
city
6.
or county. Default is 6.
In California, you're allowed to grow 6 plants no matter where the fuck you live. But if you live in like Oakland doesn't give a shit. You can grow 99 plants in Oakland. They don't care. San Francisco doesn't really care much either. But if you live in Sacramento County or Bakersfield, some places like that,
somewhere like the
they're
capital,
like, you can only grow 6 plants. Sacramento, Sacramento itself is different than Sacramento County. So Sacramento is a little more lax, but they also want to be like, well, you can grow a bunch of plants, but you have to grow them inside, or if you grow them outside, you have to have a fence and you got to lock everything up like it's yellow cake uranium or the fucking secret recipe for KFC chicken or some shit.
He said like it's uranium or something.
Yeah, man, it's plutonium. These guys act like it's not just weed. People grow weed, man. You should put it next to your tomatoes or your strawberries.
How did all this start for you?
I liked weed.
Just that simple, huh?
I like weed. It didn't make any sense to me that people would have to go to jail for it. And so I started, you show up at the protests and you show up at the rallies and you throw some fundraisers and you hang out. And then once you start doing that, then you start meeting the growers, you start meeting the cats who run the businesses, and then you learn from them. And growers almost always have good weed. And I like a good grower, so I try to make friends with growers all the time. And then you read the books, you watch the things, you learn the stuff, you talk to people who know what they're talking about. Some of that knowledge rubs off on you. And then sooner or later, people are calling you a weed expert, which is still weird for me, but I will accept the title.
Yeah, I was about to say, does it get weird for you, like going out in public and people's like, oh, you that guy from the weed show? Or you know so much about weed and they just start asking you random ass questions about different terpenes and profiles?
All the time, but education is important, and that's the thing that I've noticed that people really, really want is they want to know more about it, because we fought against 70, 80 years of propaganda telling us that it was evil and it's going to end you up on heroin and blah 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 blah. So people don't really know much about it, so I don't mind. I mean, it's funny because earlier in my comedy career, I didn't want to just be known as the weed comic. Like, I do a lot of jokes about weed, but I got a lot of jokes about a lot of other shit too. But people would just hear the weed jokes. They'd be like, oh, well, you're just a weed comedian. And that was kind of a stigma in the early 90s and the mid 90s. Now it's not so much because but of course now everybody wants to be a cannabis comic. Like, everybody's got jokes about weed now. It's not, you won't get kicked out the comedy club or not invited back if you talk about weed now. So the things have changed,
What I can say is tight though is that you were really one of the first people I've seen like on those shows and doing those weed shows and stepping out and making a name for yourself doing that circuit and
doing my best, trying my best.
And so when I saw that they had you hosting the Canna Chef event, I was like, damn, this is tight. So I was able to go and do some research, and I watched Chef Derek do some cooking with the Cooked with Cannabis and all of that, and I was able to get a little glimpse of what y'all like and the flavors and personality, so I wouldn't be so blindsided going into the competition and everything.
Nice to have a plan going in. You did all right.
I was about to say, now what did you think? Because you were there up and close. How did you feel about the competition? And the results.
We're still working out the kinks on some of those things, but I really enjoyed the vibe. I really enjoyed the competition and all the flavors and all the food and all the things that everybody made. And it was good to see something like that in Phoenix too. Like in Phoenix, you guys are ahead of us in a few ways than some other towns out here or in some other states. You got nice cannabis lounges. I went to a couple spots where it was super weed friendly.
We got some lounges opening up in the hotel. We got
the Clarendon Hotel was super nice,
which is going to be a dope spot. I got to get somebody from the Clarendon on here.
I had a great time there. I really enjoyed it. It was funny being in a hotel where they would let you smoke weed, but you couldn't smoke cigarettes. I feel like we've come full circle on a lot of things.
For real, right?
ironic twist or something. I don't know what people will call it, but that's how I feel about it.
It's like, yeah, no, weed's good, but tobacco, no, not so much.
Well, I'm fighting the urge to smoke a cigarette right now, but yes, tobacco is not so great for you. It's true.
So I gotta ask you, how long have you been
don't have
smoking
to
weed?
ask. I'm kidding. I've been smoking weed on the regular since approximately 1987.
Mm. Okay, because I just
Maybe
looked, and
88.
you're not that old.
No, I'm 89 years old. I'm young.
Exactly, 89 years young. But yeah, no, it's so funny because Google, you can find damn near everything about it. Everybody on Google now, except for what I'm smoking.
I'm
Which
53.
oh shit, excuse me.
Get a hit. Get it a hit. Take a hit.
Wow. Yes, see a hit, take a hit. What are you smoking on today?
This is Orange Turpentine from Green Shock Farms. Shout out Green Shock Farms, Mendocino County, sun grown, organic, grown by
Oh,
hippies. Fantastic. One
I
of my
love,
favorite.
man. I
Great.
love some organic grows, man.
Yeah, man.
And there's not that many out here in Arizona, which sucks.
I
But
can't imagine that Arizona has a prominent outdoor growing scene. One, it's too
yeah,
fucking hot.
you get,
All your indicas will die. You got to grow all sativas, but it's not really tropical enough. You got to grow. I don't know what the desert. I'm going to look up what a good weed for the desert would be.
hey, Chef Nelly's in the house. What's going on, Chef? How you doing? Hope everything is good. Chef Nelly is an awesome ass cook who was in the Can of Chef competition.
From
Also
the odds and
has an
eats. Good to see
episode of
you. Good
yeah.
to see you, Gwen. I think we're coming back in the summer, maybe the fall. I can't remember. I was just talking to Nathan. I'll look up the dates. I'll let everybody know.
Nice. That's gonna be definitely dope. I've been working on a lot of stuff. I've made some new recipes since then. I've done like a medicated peanut butter shrimp
Oh
that
shit!
I've been trying to perfect. Yeah,
Yeah.
some interesting shit, some interesting flavors, and just trying out different things and recipes. So I want how'd you go from San Fran or were you born and raised in San Fran?
Born and raised in San Francisco, California. Go Niners. Go Warriors. Go Giants. Good luck to the Cardinals tonight, I guess, I suppose, although I would rather see the Rams because we tend to beat those dudes, and we haven't beat y'all this season. So.
Hey, you know what? Honestly, I like the Niners.
Good for
I'm
you.
rooting for the Cardinals,
I understand.
but I'm a Patriots fan at heart.
I'm sorry.
So
You
yeah, we
never
got
for
our
Tom Brady?
we got our ass whooped on that first game, that first wild card game.
You got a rookie quarterback, man. That's not much to do about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Hi, whoever's standing behind you. Hello, Chef Nelly. Odds and eats. I forgot what I said. I got stoned now, man. I'm chilling now. I'm relaxed. I'm in the zone.
Yeah. No, it's all good. We were talking about the Warriors and the Patriots getting their ass whooped,
Right. And
and
you were going to ask me how I got from San Francisco to
to
Sacramento.
LA.
Well, I don't live in LA anymore.
Is that where you started all the acting? No, right?
I started in San Francisco. I started as a young music and theater major and a juggler and a street performer at Pier 39. And then I became a professional stand-up comedian and started touring all around. And then I started a band and we had a good time for a minute. And then we all moved to LA and a lot of things fell apart. But then that's when I really started getting hardcore into cannabis activism as well as comedy because the medical marijuana dispensary movement had just kind of got to LA around 2007, 2008. No, I take that back. It was closer to 2004, 2005, but it had just gotten there. And so it was starting to get big and starting to boom. So we were going really hard back then because the feds, that's back when the feds would still raid you. So you open a cannabis dispensary and the city would come and raid you. But then, the state prosecutors and the city prosecutors would be like, they're following California state law. We can't really mess with it. So then the cops would call the feds, and the feds would come and arrest you, and they would try you under federal law, and the feds don't give a shit about state law. So cats were getting 5, 10 years, 15 years. So we were really...
For something that was completely legal to be selling.
Yeah, no, it's completely illegal according to the federal. It's still illegal according to the federal.
Yeah, it's still illegal according to the
federal. They're allowed
federal.
to be, I can't remember what they're called, crucibles of democracy or some shit like that. They're allowed to try things.
Okay. Had you ever thought about opening up your own spot?
I had, but they arrested black people first. Like one of the only black people I knew, there were 2 black people over the club. One opened it up way, way long time ago in LA. And they were they kept it really underground. They weren't a problem, super medical. And then this other guy, my boy Vernon, opened up 2 clubs, and he crosses his T's, he dots his I's. Like he always had his paperwork ready. He always had everything ready to do that was supposed to happen. And the feds still arrested him. He still did 5 years. Whereas this dude up in Santa Barbara, white dude, he didn't even get probation. I think he got 1 day time served. Right. So
now,
you never Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm done.
I was just gonna ask, how is it that they were able to, target these folks and while the same people?
Because they get to decide where they're going to spend their resources. It comes down to discretion. When you get pulled over for speeding, you don't get to go, but everybody else was going faster than me. It doesn't matter. They're pulling you over. You were also breaking the law, and you're the one they decided to grab. There could be multiple factors. You might have been going too slow. Everybody else might have been speeding but going too fast for the officer to bother to try to catch you. You were going just fast enough that they could catch you. You never know.
Yeah.
But sometimes we have our suspicions when you notice that black people tended to get arrested first for shit.
Definitely.
You smell me. Chef, smell me.
Yes, sir. And
yes, sir.
I just got a few more questions as far as the business with your comedy. And then I want to ask you.
We should bring a comedy show out there sometime too. That's a good idea.
Well, that's what I was about to say. Like, are you just strictly hosting right now, or what is your business?
Wherever they want me to tell jokes, I will tell jokes. So I mean, it's harder right now because it's a pandemic. And I'm panicked because some of these states don't know how to act. And but I'm still planning on going to Spain for the International Cannabis Business Conference this March. I got a few comedy gigs lined up. You can, just follow me on Instagram. That's usually the easiest way. NGAIO420, or find me on Twitter, NGAIO420. And I got a new website coming up soon. As soon as I get off my ass and finish it, which is something I will probably do tonight. Just so you know.
It's NGIAO.
NGAIO. 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 NGAIO.
420. There we go. Right there. Ladies and gentlemen, that is where you can find Ngaio. Just like that. Magic. It's a stoner magic right there.
You're amazing. Technically proficient. A wizard of the keyboards.
How has cannabis affected your life?
Well, it's made me a lot more mellow. It's also giving me a crazy career, dog. I'm going to Berlin. I'm going to Barcelona. I'm going to Zurich. I might go to South Africa this year. I travel all around. Listen, this is my job. I travel all around the country and the world. I'll talk about how much I like weed. They give me money I drink for free. And I also get weed. I can't really be mad at it. Like cannabis. But here's the thing, though. I also dedicated, I talk to weed. I know this is going to sound weird, but I was going through a thing. And I had to cut back on the comedy for a minute, which is the bread and butter. And so I talked to the spirit of the cannabis plant. I was like, I will go hard for you. I will go so hard for you. But you have to make sure that I could eat and pay my rent and be cool. And me and weed came to an understanding. So we kind of been married for a while. And so I've supported the weed. The weed has supported me. You understand? And I know that sounds kind of woo-woo and a little metaphysical, but it's vibrations, man. It's not always just what you see in front of you.
Yeah.
Intention is important. If you ask for it in the proper tone of voice, you just might get it. Most likely you will get it.
You ask and you shall receive. That's one of the universal laws.
That's what they say. It doesn't always work, but when it works, it's really nice.
That is true. I mean, it takes you to put some work towards it for it to work.
The ritual focuses the mind. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, if you do, you have any business related books that have inspired you along your journey?
Any business related books?
Yeah.
There was a book probably came out in the 70s or the 80s. I don't know if they've updated it. The guy might still be around. It was called Hustle Hustle. And it was how to be like a performing, paid performer. It was written by a magician. And he's a decent magician, but he always stayed busy. He always got work because he had a system, right? And so he
Hustle,
explained
hustle.
that to everybody. So that was the book that I read. I don't really read a lot of business books. I really kind of wish I had. I should probably read a few more. What I tell some of these younger comics when they're starting out, I was like, if I had to do it over, I would have taken a marketing class in college.
Sure,
Right?
that'll
Especially
save you
now,
so much money.
SEO, and you got to have social media, this and that. Like you almost need a whole nother person to do your social media. Like it's a full-time job.
Social media is a full-time job.
Social media is a full-time job.
Yeah, it definitely is a full-time job.
It definitely is.
How did the idea of like you wanting to become a full-time actor and host,
No other
comedian, how did
marketable
all of
skills,
that come
man. I
about?
wasn't gonna be the funniest insurance salesman.
Yeah,
And I didn't
that
want to
life
go into
wasn't for you.
I didn't want to go into $100,000 worth of debt to be a funny lawyer, right? I was in college and I was doing stand-up on and off, and they kept offering me more money to go on the road, and my car kept needing to be paid, and I wanted to move out of my mama's house. I was like, all right, I think I can do this. I'm gonna be a professional comedian. And this was in like 1989, 1990 or so.
So this was pre-internet.
Oh yeah, bro. Pre-internet, pre-cell phones.
So,
You had to have a
so how
map
was
or a Thomas guide to go to get to some of these one-nighters. You had to ask a stranger for
back then?
directions.
How
You
were
would
you
ask
able to build a successful base?
we used to have mailing lists, bro. You used to have to spend a lot of money on stamps.
Damn.
It's so much easier. This is the gift and the curse of the internet, though, right? So the barrier to entry in this digital age, the barrier to entry to be a professional stand-up comedian is a lot lower, because before you had to at least make enough money from comedy where you could afford to buy all these promotional materials. And now if you have a
Right.
smartphone, you can make all your promotional materials. You don't need to send. We used to have to send video cassettes, right? You call the club and you'd be like, hey, my name's Ngaio Bealum. I'm a comedian out of San Francisco. You can ask my homie Greg
And
about me.
then the talent
He was there a
buyer
couple
would
weeks
look up
ago.
your.
And the talent buyer will be like, that's cool. Can you send us a tape? So then you have to go get your video cassette and your black and white headshot, and you have to put in a thing. You have to mail that shit off. So that's another. Well, I would mail it priority mail, so they would think I was taking it super important. They would get their
And
help
obviously, one thing that changed with the internet is like now you could email or post. You like, yo, look at
Here's my YouTube
my
link.
social media, right?
I've enclosed all the shit. Here's my electronic press kit. Here's everything I need. Here's everything you want to know about me. Bada boom, bada bang.
So, but with that being said, that could be a double-edged sword, because then you'd have access to a lot more people.
It's way more cluttered, right? And a lot of cats who are good at press kits aren't always very funny.
So that's my next question. Like, do you think it would be harder for a comedian or entertainer to break into that lane now versus when it was when you started, or
I have no
vice
idea.
versa?
I think that it is harder for the newer comedians to sustain themselves. The way shows are set up now. When I was coming up, even in the bars and the one-nighters, it was a 2 or 3 comic show. Sometimes there'd be a host, but there's always a feature act who goes up, does half hour. Then there's a headliner who goes up, does 45 minutes to an hour. Right?
Mm-hmm.
The way the shows, and that was, if you're playing a bar, you're playing at this, it was comedy night. That's how it was. And so you're only really splitting the money 2 ways. You know what I mean? Right? But now, when they're doing comedy night, it's all showcase night. There's 6, 7 comics, there's 8 comics. Everybody's doing 5 minutes, right? Because everybody's relatively new. they're also all trying to get, there's so many different things, because this is before the internet, this is before Netflix, right?
Mm-hmm.
People can be entertained, people can do other things with their entertainment dollar. It's not like you're coming to their small town, they don't have shit to do. There's shit for people to do. So people have to make decisions on what to do with their money, right? So, you know, the comics pull together, 5 people, everybody can draw a few people, pay, come see the show, but you still got to split the money 5 ways. And you only get to do 5, 10, maybe 15 minutes. So you don't really have a lot of time to work on your craft, because comedy is one of those things where you kind of have to, there's really no other way than to do it live in front of a crowd. You can do it in front of other comics, but they have different senses of humor than a quote unquote civilian crowd.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So that's why I like one-nighters and bar shows and shit when you're just out there on the road traveling around, because you can work on your new stuff. You have space to get it all in, and you know, if it doesn't,
and we got. I was gonna say, whenever you're ready, we definitely got a few places down here that you can.
We're gonna talk about it, man. I'm gonna talk to my boy Nathan, and I'll slide into your Instagram DMs, and we should set up a show at one of these cannabis lounges you have in Phoenix.
Definitely, let's make that happen. I definitely would love to make that happen. So I do got Chris from Kings and Queens on the line. We're gonna get him in here real soon.
Hey, Chris from Kings and Queens. Yeah, I have to take off soon.
I got you. I got 5 more quick questions for you.
All right, 5 quick questions. Lightning round.
I'm going in the end. Yeah. This is the lightning round, but it ain't that quick lightning.
Aquarius.
What's your favorite strain?
Whatever I have in my hand at the moment.
All right. Tell me your favorite thing about being in the cannabis industry.
The weed. I'm not kidding, man. I love weed. I'm here for the weed. You get to meet people. You also get to meet a lot of crazy people. Well, like, listen, it got a lot easier for me as a cannabis activist when I realized that you have to be a little bit nuts, not in a bad way, but to think you can take on the federal government, to think you can take on the local government and win. And we are. You have to have a strong sense of individualism, which often makes it hard to organize. Okay, go ahead.
All right. If you had 24 hours to spend with anyone dead and somebody that's been alive, to smoke with them and chop it up, who you spending that 24 hours with?
24 hours, dead or alive?
Well, both.
Too many people to list. I don't know. Malcolm X.
Come on, man. Choose somebody. Okay. Wow. Malcolm X and Meg the Stallion? Damn.
Can I get a group? I would like to have a group of people.
Malcolm X and Meg the Stallion. That's a group right there. All right, cool. And what are you looking forward to doing in the cannabis industry within the next 10 years?
We're going to travel around for a little while longer, and then I'll probably retire to a nice, chill cannabis lounge / coffee shop / small performance venue, and I'll just be the uncle and the grandpa in the back, helping the young kids with their jokes and smoking weed with the people.
You plan on doing that out in San Fran?
Sacramento.
Okay.
Rents are cheaper. I live here now. I got a nice house.
Gotcha. And
I don't know. Maybe Tucson. You never know. The doctor might be like, you have to move to Tucson for the dry air.
Tucson is a nice spot.
I like Tucson, man. I like Tucson.
Is a dope spot. Arizona
I gotta
got a nice
say,
little.
last time I was in Phoenix, I enjoyed it more than I ever have. But you're still Phoenix. That's no offense. I'm just pointing it out. But I do like Tucson.
Definitely. Next time, I can't wait till you come back out here, man. We're gonna link up.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to it. I'll slide your DM.
Chris,
figure out a thing.
Yes, sir. Chris from Kings and Queens. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. How are you guys doing?
Doing good, man. How you been?
Doing good. Just trying to get this camera situated here.
Yeah, man. I wiggled mine around 3 or 4 or 5 different times, and then I had to figure out right. If I lean back like this, then I look like the professor.
Yeah.
Hello.
You did with the bookcase in the background. It definitely.
Don't
definitely get going.
The money's
How are you
still
guys?
mine, bro. I still got money.
Doing good.
No. Well, thanks for having me.
Definitely. Absolutely a pleasure to have you on the show, and we're gonna definitely hop into that. Before I let you go, though, I gotta ask you, what do you think was your greatest achievement?
I got 2 kids. They're beautiful and smart and funny and hilarious, and smart and kind and sweet and smart. So yeah,
That part.
I helped a little bit. It's
That
mostly
part.
them. Though. They're good kids, man. Thank you so very much. Follow me on all the things. We'll talk to you guys next time. Take care.
Yes. Thank you for hopping on. I'll see you soon, man.
Yes, sir. All right, like.
Man,
Excellent, man.
Chris, how
How are
you
you
doing,
doing?
man?
I'm
I
doing
am doing
great.
well. I appreciate you
Doing
hopping on, man.
good.
Sorry, I had you waiting for a second. How's everything's going with Kings and Queens?
Everything's going good. Yeah, we the holidays were real good. We're rocking and rolling in a few stores.
Nice. What all
I'm trying
locations
to
are
fix
you
my
in? What's
audio here.
one?
Hold on.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's better. Perfect. So how are things on your end? What's new in your world?
Things are going well, man. Things are going well. A lot has changed since the last time I saw you at that meetup.
At Meta,
Um,
yeah, and we've got another
yeah,
one coming up in a couple of weeks. So it's been a
yeah,
while.
yeah. It
What's
is.
what's what's
Yeah.
what's popping off in your world?
Well, this is the first episode back from my Christmas vacation.
Nice.
So this has been a nice way to kick off the new season is to have you all and to have Ngaio on here and to talk it up with some established brands and businesses and to see how 2022 is going to lead everybody into a brighter future.
2022
So
is going to be one for the books. I think the
yeah,
last few years have kept people down, and at least everyone that I have eyes on, they're ready for this year.
oh yeah, 22. Like my eyes, like right now, I'm high as fuck, so my eyes are a little low, but my eyes are real bright, and I'm ready. I'm super focused on the goals for 2022. Speaking of
Awesome.
which, you said you all are in some stores. Which stores can people find your products in the valley? Because I
Herbal
gotta
Wellness
tell you,
Center. Yeah,
okay,
Herbal Wellness Center. Both of their locations are carrying them, so you definitely can go in there. They're running some great promotions right now. Probably can catch a buy one get one plus a battery. We want to
okay,
make sure that everyone's got a battery.
might have to pop up in the Urban Wellness Center. I haven't been up in one of those in a while. I don't think if I
Yeah,
have
they've
been in
got two
one.
locations. They got
Where
one
are
in
they located at?
Deer Valley,
Okay,
so North Phoenix, and
definitely haven't
then
been to that.
a gorgeous location, and then their original location on Indian School and I believe 45th Avenue,
Okay,
somewhere in that realm.
I might have to slide through there. Definitely gonna have to
Nice.
slide through there and
Well, let me know when
go
you're
out and
swinging by. I'll
support.
make sure they take care of you
Oh,
and they
oh
do the
yeah,
right thing.
I got you. But first of all, thank you for hopping on the podcast. Congratulations on the launch of Kings and Queens. Wait, did we lose Chris? Hello? Uh, I think we did. Um, oh, there we go.
Back.
All
Sorry
right.
about that.
No, you're all good. First of all, congratulations on the launch. Kings and Queens making it to the AZ market and being out there in the dispensaries is pretty huge. And I'm excited for the brand. I know at that media event, I was pretty lit, but I do remember
Who
bringing
wasn't?
home that bag. I do remember bringing home that Kings and Queens bag that you laced me with,
Nice.
which came with the Sunday driver, the Jack Herrera, and damn, I'm drawing a blank with the third
Oh, I'm
strain.
sure there was Bubba
Yeah, but it
Kush could
was.
have been in there. Girl Scout.
I think
I
it
mean,
probably was the Bubba.
we've
But
got
yeah,
about 11 strains on the market right now. My favorite is definitely the Sunday Driver and the Girl Scout.
the Sunday
Um,
driver was gas. The
yeah,
Sunday
Sunday Driver
driver was
seems to be the
definitely
biggest seller
gas.
right now for them as well. But we came to market with a lot of strains, going to make sure that we bring exactly what the Arizona market wants.
Hmm.
And we will dwindle those strains down and add new ones. Come out with seasonal stuff. We're looking to launch an all-in-one disposable sometimes
Okay,
by the end of this quarter. That I think will be nice. The disposable market, there's not that many options available right
it's
now. So
not.
I think we can slide right in with the distillate. Distillate terpenes. We're not looking to do live resin. We want to make sure that we can still work with the adult use market, the people who aren't looking for the cannabis, flavor, people who are looking still for more of a subtle, subtle high.
Okay. Now that's what I was going to ask. What is your all's process when creating your cartridges and your concentrates?
Yeah, so in Maryland, we use a butane extraction. So we operate both Kings and Queens in Maryland and out here
Mm,
in Arizona. So
okay.
the Maryland market, they have the whole line of concentrates. So shatter, batter, sauce, and diamonds.
Okay.
Um, yep, that's all BHO extracted. Out here, we're using white film for our distillate, and just doing a proprietary distillate terpene blend with all of our own exclusive cannabis. We are not outsourcing or purchasing third party products from anyone. All of the cannabis that we're using to extract for our products is all ours, grown
Okay.
by our systems, grown on our farms.
About how big of a growing facility do you all have?
Here in Arizona, we're about 18 acres down in southern Arizona.
Shit,
Yeah, yeah. Not
18
not the
acres.
largest. Yeah, not the largest in the state. There's
That's
definitely some big operators here, but 18
yeah.
acres. Majority of it is outdoor, which allows us to supply a lot of biomass at an affordable price to a lot of dispensaries and third party brands out
Bless.
there. But also be able to support our own lines and be able to make sure that we get the freshest material to into our pens.
Okay. Nice. So, how long until you all are obviously Arizona and Maryland are your two main focuses right now, but are you all looking to spread into every market that is legal, or are you
Oh, we're
just concentrated in?
no, we operate. Minnesota was our first market that we started in.
Okay.
After Minnesota, we expanded east, so we do operate in New York. We do operate in Maryland. We also operate in New Mexico, here in Arizona, and we have a cultivation license in Nevada that we haven't activated yet.
Okay. Now,
Yeah, the New
my
York market.
question.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. New York
I was
market
going
is
to say
what?
the New York market is where what we're most excited about. Kings and Queens was designed exactly for the New York market. Uh, I'm a Brooklyn boy. I'm born and raised there. So for
Okay.
those who aren't familiar, Kings and Queens, Kings County is Brooklyn, Queens County is Queens. Uh,
That's where they come from. Okay.
yes, sir. Yeah. So we're really going to try to capitalize on that and bring that hometown flavor to New York. We already have the number one delivery service out there with Vireo. That's our parent company. So yeah, big things coming.
Nice, nice. Shout out to Vario. And I just damn that. So that brings me to ask, how soon are you planning on going to Mexico?
New Mexico or Mexico?
No, Mexico, because I was
Oh,
just
I don't even know. That's
Mexico
not my realm.
legalized it. I'm just saying. I just saw cookies.
Yeah.
Cookies is out in Mexico. It's places that's expanding out in Germany, CBD, CBG as
Yeah.
well. Are you all looking into those, or are you just
We
strictly sticking with um, THC cannabis products?
So Vireo Health is our parent company. They
Hmm.
were founded in as a medical company. Minnesota is a medical state, so a lot of our formulations and a lot of our products are truly medical products. We've had
Okay.
a dispensary in Maryland reach out to us because they have a patient who uses one of our formulations. It's called the Green Solution, and for their seizures, and they were out. So we made an urgent delivery to the store so that the patient can actually have their medical products. So we founded our roots are all in medical cannabis. So with Kings and Queens, that is our first line or brand that we're putting out there for the adult use market.
Okay.
We recently launched High Color, which is designed by Chef Mango. Shout out to Michelle Mango at
Okay.
Mango Cakes. She's
At
amazing.
Mango Cake. Shout out to
Yeah,
Chef
yeah. I think
Mango.
it's M Mango Cakes.
Let's see.
So that is our high color. It's a pectin, gluten free. I'm sorry, pectin and vegan gummies. Great flavorings. Going to be launching, bringing that to the market out here in Arizona as well. So we'll have our,
how soon
we'll have
should
our
those
Kings and
be in the
Queens
AZ market?
to be continued. Yeah, that's a yeah.
Okay,
I would definitely say by beginning of
I'll definitely
Q2.
keep my ear out. I'll
Oh, you'll be
definitely keep
invited
my
to the
ear out.
party. You know how we do it.
Hey, it's lit.
Yeah.
So, how did you all? How did Kings and Queens begin to raise funding for the venture?
So Vireo is our parent company. So for
Or
them, it
was
was
it?
just
It was launched under them, or
yeah. We
okay,
Vireo is a publicly traded company on the Canadian Stock Exchange. So it was time to basically build a brand for the adult use market. We have a couple of brands, but nothing that really was designed and really thought about for the adult use patient, as opposed to just the important medical patient.
okay. And what all avenues are you all using to market the business? The Kings and Queens brand. I mean, I know you
So
all through
we
the sponsored the meetup party and everything, and I saw the social media. But what else are you all doing?
social media is big right now. We're really trying to fine tune and hone in on who our customer base is, and the patient and the customer that is going to use our products. So we're trying to use a lot of the analytics that we do get from Facebook and Instagram, toting that line of where and when you can market. I believe we should have an ad sometime soon here in Cactus Cannabis, as well as Phoenix New Times.
Nice.
Just trying to do that strategically.
And who is your, speaking of that, like you said, Instagram, Facebook, and everything, who is your target audience? Like, ideally, who do you all want to see smoking Kings and Queens products?
Kings and Queens is all about embracing the night. So it truly is that, that person who wants to go out and, go and party at their favorite restaurant or their bar, their favorite lounge, going to a concert, get ready to go to a basketball game. Our sativa, we specifically name those pregame. Our hybrids, we're calling those party time. And then
Mm,
our indica, we're calling those after party. So again, we're really trying to fine tune and hone in on, that nightlife and really, you know, allowing people to embrace the night. There's so many brands out there that are partying during the day and doing their amazing things, and cannabis can be used all day. So why
yeah,
not at night?
gotcha.
Sorry about that.
Oh no, you're good, man. I'm not. I know you got a lot going on, so I'm trying to get through these questions in a timely
No,
manner.
it's perfectly fine.
Um,
My wife's doing an amazing job of wrangling the kids.
Shout out to all the
Shout out
wives
to my
around the
wife. Yeah,
world. Shout out to your wife especially.
everyone's wife.
What attributes does someone need to have to be successful in a position like yours?
I think to be successful in the cannabis industry, you have to have that entrepreneurial spirit. This isn't a 9 to 5 clock in, clock out job. It's 7 o'clock now. I'm doing a podcast with you. There is no time. There's building those relationships and truly being genuine and just empathetic to people's needs and understanding that they're dealing with as much BS as you're dealing with, and you know
Yeah,
it's not that they might be ignoring your calls or dodging you. They're just busy. People are busy. So trying to build those relationships so when and where to make time, not taking anything personally, and just keeping your name clean. That's the biggest thing.
definitely. I got what? How has cannabis affected your life?
From a career wise, I'm doing great. I love almost 10 years in the industry now.
Yeah,
8 years actually, but we'll round up. Uh, I don't see my life being where it is today, married, 2 kids, and really, an adult, without it,
yeah,
without even cannabis as a career. I was, all around hard to focus, hard to keep a job, just didn't really, care. And, once I found the right cannabis that works for me,
hmm
edibles, tinctures, and all that, my life's different. I'm a better husband, a better father, a better coworker, better neighbor, just a better overall person.
yeah. Now, were you able to move around to all those different locations, or did you stay mostly at like the headquarters when you all were
So
opening new spots?
yeah, I've been with Vireo for just over a year now. But when I started in the industry in 2014, I had um, the benefit, to being able to travel to Washington, Oregon, California, Denver. Um, my first trip back east was with Vireo, and I went to Maryland last year, so that was different. Just a different experience dealing with the market. Um, as new as the East Coast is, to cannabis legalization. So I've been blessed. I mean, I've been traveled. I've seen some of the greatest cultivation facilities in the country. I've met some of the coolest people. Um, smoked some of the dankest weed out there.
I gotta say, I have met um, some really dope people in the cannabis industry, man. It's amazing to be surrounded by like-minded individuals who also
Mhm.
want to push innovation on the planet. So it's always dope when I get to run across those type of people and those that vibe. Um, what do
Yeah,
you
most
think
definitely.
about?
I worked in a restaurant for 10, 12 years, and there was no, that wasn't like this, right? Yes, it's a
Yeah,
restaurant industry and there's a cannabis industry, but the cannabis industry is like no other.
probably one of the most rewarding careers, right?
That or crypto.
That or crypto.
Yeah.
Just imagine when cannabis and crypto get together.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's already a bunch of people that are doing cannabis NFTs that are
Oh,
pretty
really?
amazing. Yeah.
I need to look out for those cannabis NFTs. Then they might be big. I do got a Spider-Man NFT though, which I'm super stoked about.
I have
And
two stamps.
yeah,
Yeah, two Santa Claus stamps.
like NFT stamps.
NFT
Hey,
stamps.
hey, little
Huh. Oh, that's my kid. Hey, say hi, Thomas.
one. How you doing, Thomas?
Give me a minute.
Oh, sorry.
No,
So
you're good.
yes,
Don't worry
we.
about it.
I was about to say we'll be wrapping up soon, Thomas. What do you? I mean, who do you admire most in the industry?
That's a loaded question. Um, Everybody brings something special to the table. I don't think I've. There's a few individuals that I've come across that they know who they are. That have definitely helped guide, at least put where I am today.
Mm-hmm.
Without the swift kick in the asses that I was given along the way, there's no way I'd be doing this today.
All right. Now, you've been in the industry for a while. I'm sure you've been to a lot of different cannabis events. What is your favorite cannabis event and why?
The uh, the Las Vegas convention that they hold in October, November every year.
Mm.
That one, it's a combination of
Is that the
cultivation equipment.
BizCon?
Yep, MJ BizCon. Yep.
MJ BizCon?
Yeah, MJ
Nice.
BizCon. It's not an end user, right? It's not a get high event. It is definitely more, a innovative, technology, cultivation equipment, all that fun stuff. But then the after are definitely where, it's like a high school reunion.
Yeah. Mhm. There we
You are.
go. There we
There you
go.
go.
Last thing I got was it's definitely a business to business, but the after parties, and then you started robot.
Oh, I was just saying that it's definitely more a business to business event, but the after
Mm-hmm.
parties are fun. They're definitely some of the larger brands and or companies are celebrating their year, and to be a part of that, it's fun.
Yeah, and I mean it's Vegas, so like the after parties probably go dummy, right?
And it's Vegas. Yeah. There's cannabis everywhere. All the dispensaries now are all over the place, so you can go there easily and pick up any product.
Now, are you more of a concentrate and vape, or do you prefer flower?
I started, with flower, right? In Brooklyn, all you do is smoke blunts. So that's all I grew up smoking. That's all I smoked when I first moved out here. Um, Concentrates came onto the scene in like 2016, ish. I wouldn't say it was about till 2018 to where I really, got more strictly concentrates only. I think
Okay.
having kids, yeah, I think having kids added to that, smoking a bowl or smoking a bong is a little smoky and smelly, as opposed to just, doing a quick dab and, you're out, into the garage, in and out in under, 45 seconds. And, you're not really stinking up the place.
Yeah. So, what are you looking forward to most in next 10 years in the cannabis industry?
Next 10? Wow.
Yeah, I know
Growth that I have.
it's
Yeah.
crazy, right?
Yeah. I
I
think
mean,
just to
obviously, we
continue.
hope for federal legalization.
Sorry about that.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
They're playing with their superheroes. I think in the next 10 years, I think, banking, legalization, interstate commerce, you name it, anything that can
Hmm.
help, make cannabis, I hate this term, but like a regular industry, right? Like when cannabis
Right.
is, just part
I
of the
mean,
norm,
it's
we'll really
technically
see
like a
some,
vegetable. You know,
yeah, right?
we should
There's,
treat it. We
you
should
know,
treat it as such.
oh, 100%, right? Tax it, control it, do what you need to do. But, if you're fortunate enough to have operations in multi states and you're able to grow amazing cannabis in California, there's no reason why in the future you shouldn't be able to ship it to another facility that you have elsewhere.
Now, do you have a favorite strain?
Bubba Kush, Girl Scout and Bubba Kush. Those are my two.
Mm. Girl Scout and Bubba Kush.
Yeah. Any growers on here listening, take those two, breed them, and name it a girl named Bubba. You have a really good strain.
A girl named Bubba.
There you go.
That sounds like a song.
I'm sure. Yeah,
Now,
I'm sure somebody would make it into a song. What
or
about you? What's
actually,
your favorite
they
strain?
should. Uh, it almost changes all the time, but over the last year, I have to say strawberry cough.
Okay.
Strawberry cough. It was Blue Dream for the longest, and then I was
Oh,
like,
you're a
I
sativa
had
guy.
some stuff called yeah, I love some sativas.
I used to love Jack, and then I didn't realize that Jack was making me all agitated, jittery, and just
Mm,
super hyper focused. And then,
yeah.
yeah,
And
sativas
see,
a little
that's
too much for
that's
me. I
when
do love
that's
our
when some
Jack.
people be like, "Yo, I do." They be focused, and I be like, "Yeah, that's the
Mhm,
point of like smoking a sativa."
yeah, I'm like hyper focused to where like I can't get anything done. It's like that tea's not straight enough.
So, what do you value most in a friendship, man?
Integrity, humility, compassion,
And all of
empathy.
those are okay. We gonna add some more?
Being self-aware.
Which
It's a
all
lot. I'm
three? I
picky.
mean,
I'm a
all
picky
five.
person.
But no,
Yeah.
those are all great things because I asked that because it's really the same things that you would look for with the business partner. And so that was going to be a segue question.
Oh, nice.
You didn't think about that, did you? It was like
No.
your best friend. You would want somebody as a business partner to have those kind of traits, I guess. Or if not, what
Yeah.
would you take away from that list or add to that list if you were using that same question for business partner?
Being humble. I think that's the biggest thing. And that's the biggest thing in the cannabis industry. If you could be humble, you win. Right? If you're able to take the criticism and have somebody tell you that your flower sucks or your extraction tastes nasty, or your vapes taste bad, or your hardware you're using is wrong, or this, that, and another. If you can take that and use it constructively, there's nothing stopping. If you look at some of the biggest players today, somebody had to along the way tell them this, that, and another. They took that
Yeah,
advice
and
and
they use that
upped their
to
game.
fix up
Yep.
fix the
Because there's so
recipe a
many.
little bit.
Oh yeah, there's so many brands out there that are stuck in their ways, and that's just what it is.
So, what motivates you to work?
My kids. Yeah,
Like,
I think at this point, right? 2 kids, 42 and
that's.
married.
I was about to say that's the only answer one's gotta give for real.
Yeah,
With shout out
because
to
it all comes.
Thomas.
Yeah, it all comes together, right? Because if you're taking care of your kids and you have that ability, then everything else has to be working, right? You've got to be being successful at work, right? You have to be in successful relationship, you know, married or not married, but everything has to be firing on all cylinders, to make a
Yeah.
better life for your kids. You can't just be, dinking along and think that, dinking along and doing whatever you're doing is as a benefit.
So speaking of kids, what's your ideal way of spending a weekend?
In Arizona, I mean, it's we have a pop-up camper, so we go camping, when the weather allows us to. Thomas plays t-ball. I'm his coach, so
Okay.
that's starting up here in a few weeks. So that takes some of our, a few weekends here and there. We go to the zoo a lot. We go to the aquarium a lot.
I haven't
Everything and
gone to the
everything we do with
aquarium yet.
kids.
I'm you know what? I'm gonna have
Dude,
to
the
go to the
aquariums.
aquarium out in Scottsdale, right? Yeah.
Yep. Do you have kids?
I do not. That's probably
You do
one of the
not.
reasons
So
why I
even
have
better,
not
just
been.
take
Just go
take
on a day, huh?
your favorite edible.
Mm-hmm.
Take more than you might normally take,
Okay.
and make sure you have safe, reliable transportation to and from, and enjoy the aquarium.
Obviously.
Yeah, yeah, the
Definitely.
aquarium is
Sounds like a
definitely fun.
nice Uber ride.
Yeah, yeah, and they have the Butterfly World is right over there. White Castle is across the street.
White Castle. Now I have been to the White Castle. Well,
White
White
Castle is
Castle.
good. I love White Castle.
um yeah, I do love White Castle. Shout out to White Castle. This shirt kind of look like a White
Definitely.
Castle box.
Should get White
Yeah.
Castle to sponsor the next show.
Shout out, yeah, definitely. You can get
Shout out
some
to White
medicated
Castle.
White Castle. Some
Wow,
medicated
you would
White
just
Castle.
medicate the onions, right? Because you can't medicate the whole thing, just the onions.
Well, I mean, you could toast the bread. You could do the sauce, whatever sauce they gonna put on. Oh, wow. Yeah, man. Okay.
Ketchup, medicate the ketchup, so you
I'm
can dose how much you want.
I'm I'm definitely here for some infused.
Salsa verde. Have you had their salsa verde from Superior Dispensary?
I have not. Oh
Delicious.
no, 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 no,
No.
no. I tried it at the Mita event. They were giving out a
Mm-hmm.
little chip and dip. That was
Yep.
fire.
Yep.
And by fire, I mean it
Yes,
was really
that's
fire. That
really
shit
good.
burned my mouth. I was like, "Fuck."
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah.
It's
That
nice.
was really good.
It's really good. It's shout out to them and Superior. Also, I do have to shout out the Mint Dispensary
The
because
Mint.
I just picked up
They just
some
started
flour.
following us on Instagram. Shout out to the Mint.
Oh, did they?
They did.
And
If you shop
Item
at the
Nine
Mint, you want to
Labs.
see some kings and queens, just ask them for it, and they know my number.
And we got the cherry punch from Item Nine Labs, which is some fire. This is some gas, super flavorful.
Flour.
The terpenes, yeah, cherry punch with some myrcene, limonene, and Himalayan. It's my first time trying this strain. It's pretty good and
Good
nice and
people at
very
Night of Mine.
flavorful. I gotta tell you, I have not gotten a bad batch of flour from Item 9 yet. I can say that right here on the record. Um, Warranted, like the sample pool isn't really that large that I've gotten from them, but I have not gotten a bad batch of flour from Item 9 yet, which is pretty solid. Because like I'm telling you, if you get some bad flour or product from a company, um, that'll make you turn you off of that brand and that company for a while, you know. But I
Oh,
can
100%.
say that there are a few brands out here and companies that got some pretty solid flour, and I'll wait to plug them. But you know, just do your research. Do your research. And I say I'm gonna wait to plug them because I got some interviews lined up as well with
Oh,
some other
nice.
brands, and I'm gonna wait to plug them so y'all can see how big of a plug this is gonna be. Because we're gonna be doing some tours pretty soon of some facilities and doing on-site interviews. So that
Oh, that's awesome.
that I am, yeah, that I am very excited about, and showing off some places and showing like the how it's made, doing some informational videos about different terpene profiles and on plants and how to react to their bodies and everything like that as well, and just
Hmm.
going more in depth, talking to growers of different facilities and stuff like that. So I got some big stuff lined up for 2022 that I'm super excited
That's
about.
awesome.
And that's why I was like, you said you had such a large facility. I already started thinking about our continuation interview and me coming and actually seeing the facility and doing a tour and recording that.
Oh,
If
totally.
we could
Yeah, yeah.
get
We
that
could
set
totally
up.
set something up. Most
Yeah, I got my
definitely.
facility agent's card now, so I can go
Oh,
on
even
all
better.
these tours. Yeah, I can go on these tours.
Yeah, you tell me. I
Uh,
go. I go down there once a week. It's about 30 minutes south of Tucson.
okay. We'll definitely have to set it
So
up.
yeah, whenever works.
Um, I got a few more questions for you, then we're gonna hop off. What is your most treasured possession?
Damn, I lost it a while ago. You just brought it up. That's sad.
I'm sorry.
I used to have a 1996 autograph World Series baseball from the New York Yankees that I got signed personally by a ton of players, like at least 20, 25 players on the ball, and I lost the ball. So
Where'd
that was
you
it. I don't really have anything now.
you lost it at
I
home?
don't know. I don't know where it was. I
Listen,
don't know
put
where
it
I
into
lost
the
it.
universe. It will come back into your life. Look, I'm sounding like Miss Cleo right now. Hey, if you got this man baseball with those 25 players signed on it and you
So I
plan on
shipped it to
holding it,
Yankee
don't be a
Stadium. Some dude at
scumbag.
some scumbag at Yankee Stadium did it in 2015. Took the ball. I sent it to David Cohn to get his autograph, and it never made it to David Cohn. So some douchebag
Hey,
in the
David,
receiving department at Yankee Stadium.
David, I know you actually ESPN run this shit tomorrow. We need to get my man Chris his
He just
goddamn
signed with
baseball.
ESPN. Yeah, he
See,
just
that's what
signed
I'm
with ESPN
saying.
now for
That's
Baseball
what I'm
Tonight.
saying. See, look, David, get
Let's speak
get
this.
get Chris on the line. We put it into the universe. We're gonna make this happen. ESPN, we gotta
Let's do
run
it.
this back. All right. I know y'all gonna hear
I
this.
love it.
Stephen A. Let's go ahead and write a whole segment on it. We got to get this man his
Those
baseball because some
Cowboys.
scumbag in New York took his ball with all those signatures on it. I honestly, you must have been high when you shipped it to him.
No, no, I was fully thinking that I'd get the ball
Sober.
back with his autograph, and that shit didn't happen. Oh yeah, I
I
wasn't
got you.
high,
All
but
right.
it is what it is.
Four
Favorite
more
possession at this
questions.
point? I mean, I'm trying to think. Like, I mean, I like a lot of shit. My house, It's a good possession.
That's a wonderful possession to have.
Yeah.
If you
I
had
need
to
to have
write
a
a
better
book about
possession. That's
yourself, what would
putting
you?
some shit right
No,
now.
that's an amazing possession. That possession provides shelter to your family, your wife, and your kids.
Yeah,
And you could
that's
do
true.
shit under that shelter. Like that's. Come on, man. All right, if you were to write a book about
Gotcha.
yourself, what would you name it?
Stated bluntly.
Stated bluntly. All right. What's the best advice you've ever been given?
Don't be lazy.
What is your life motto?
Right?
That's a solid one.
My motto. Don't sweat the small stuff. In the end, it doesn't matter. In the end, you just have your immediate family, and that's it, right?
Yeah.
Everybody else along the way, they're not by your bedside. So anyway,
All right. If you had a magic stick, what are the 3 things that you would change in the world?
it's a great one. World peace, right? And we'll go with that best answer. Damn, dude, you got me. I'm trying not to sound selfish, like because the immediate things are
this
like.
is one of my favorite questions right here to ask, man. So yeah, I always normally have to ask everybody this.
Change. Yeah, figure out
Answer
climate
for the
change.
heart.
Like
Answer no no no
collective,
no no
figure
no
out
no no.
fucking climate change. No,
I'm
that's
saying
from the
like
heart because that affects
don't
me.
give me the political answer.
No, but that affects me. Like it's 115 degrees in the summer. Like that's not normal. and 32 in the winter, right? Like something's off.
And our winter only lasts a
So
month out here in Arizona. It's already heating
yeah,
up in the 70s.
yep.
It's just the end of
So we'll say
middle of January.
a sensible reaction to climate change. Dismantling of social media. And
You said dismantling of social media?
Hell yeah. Yeah. Podcasts aren't social media, right? I mean, I'm talking about like
No.
Facebook and
I know what you meant. Like
misinformation,
Instagram
bullshit,
and
all
Twitter.
that shit.
Yeah.
All that. Gone. I didn't need that.
All right. I got one last
and then
question.
Third.
Oh.
Wait, I still have to get my third wish, man.
Oh, my bad. My
third. I'll be selfish on this. I want 1 million Ethereum. Done. I'll be small. 1 million. That's it.
Nice. 1 million Ethereum. Holy shit! This is the richest man in the universe.
Yeah. There you go.
What's one thing that surprises people about you?
How genuine I am, I think. I sometimes can come off as a tough guy, or not tough guy, but a hard ass, or you know, focused on work. But when people get really get to know me, they realize that I am a dad, that I'm a husband, that I'm a good guy.
Yeah. It's just you got shit to do and shit to focus on, so you can't
Shit to
afford
do.
to give all your
Empires to
energy.
be a part of.
Yeah, that's one thing that a lot of people, they forget. Like a lot of people building stuff, and you can't always give your energy out to everything. So, like you said, you got to pick and choose, what's important, and you can't sweat the little shit.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, you
it
said a little more
amazes me when I
elegantly
see.
than what I just said.
Yeah, No, I'm with you. I think. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, good. Okay,
Hello?
cool. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think that's about it.
All right, and last question. Uh, let's make this a good one. I got some go-tos here,
Fifth
and you
one
know
down.
what? I'm gonna end with this one. Fifth one down. Let's see. What's a goal you hope to achieve in the next year?
Um, in the next year, having Kings and Queens in upwards of 90% of the dispensaries here in Arizona, and just continually building the brands, um, for for this company, um, you know, with our edible brand that we're going to be putting to market, um, and just putting out better products. Um, yeah, the next is definitely more, than, um, really reaching some numbers. And I'm sure it's the same thing for all brands, right? 2020 and 2021, the numbers have been, a lot of these brands of flex,
Mm-hmm.
their marketing skills. So, um, yeah, I think
Yeah, everything's been on lockdown for real, and just trying to grow back up.
taking
Well,
my taking our piece of the Arizona pie.
nice. Well, I do want to say, okay, you were breaking up for a second. Hello. All right. Well,
Oh, I was
Chris,
just going to say, what's your goal for the next 12 months?
my goal for the next 12 months. Well, I have been contacted to do a few cannabis cooking events or catered things. So I might look into that market. But I'm also starting back with my songwriting, and I got a performance coming up in March right out here on
Nice.
2nd Street in Roosevelt at the headquarters of the Roosevelt Grow. So if everybody's out and like to listen to music, live music, I'll be performing with the big band for from 7 to 10 p.m. And I'll have art, merchandise. I have my cookbooks and everything for sale out there. Um, it's definitely going to be a great year with the podcast. I got another cookbook that I'm working on, but I'm taking my time with it because I want to make it more full and with a lot more substance and everything. And I want it to be a little more
Gotcha.
special than what I've done with the first two. But this next year is going
Very
to
cool.
be about growth and like I said, I got the merch and everything that I'm selling, so I'll be pushing those heavy. And definitely thank you for hopping on the podcast, man.
That's awesome.
Congrats again on Kings and Queens. Um, I would love to do some kind of
Thank you for having
marketing
me.
promo with y'all. That'll be definitely dope to have y'all to be represented at
Okay.
some events and everything. So I can shoot some stuff over to you with that information because I'll be booking
Yeah,
some
that would be
more
great.
performances and shows and stuff.
Awesome. Can't wait.
So, Chris, man, thank you for hopping on. Best of luck to you getting that baseball back. Tell Thomas, the wife, and the other little one, I said hello. And y'all have a great night. And I
We'll do that.
appreciate
Thank you
them
so much for
allowing me
having
to
me.
borrow you. Hey, man, I appreciate your family allowing you to hop on the podcast along with me. I hope to see
Thank
you
you
again soon,
for having
man.
me.
Like I said, the products were
Let's link
great.
up. I got your
If
number.
y'all,
I'll shoot you a text. I'll make sure that,
yes,
we
sir.
shoot you up to Herbal Wellness Center. We'll take care of you.
Definitely. I was just about to tell everybody, make
Have a
sure
great
y'all
day.
go grab one of those. Yes, sir. You too. Make sure y'all go grab one of those. Well, actually, grab two of those vapes from
Grab
Kings and
more than one.
Queens over at
Grab a
the
lot of them.
Herbal Wellness. Yes. Yes, like I said, I personally had the Jack Herrera and the Sunday Driver, and I could vouch for both of those that they were nice and very flavorful. And the pen battery definitely lasts a nice amount of time. So it's not like you pull in and then you
Awesome.
need to charge it within the
Well, it's
next
great to
hour
hear,
or
man.
two. So thanks, man. I appreciate you, and I'll see you all soon.
Thanks for having me, man. You have a great day. Yes,
You
sir.
too. So once again, that was Chris, and from Kings and Queens, which they have products available at Herbal Wellness. This is your boy. I'm high as shit, and the Cardinals and Rams game is on. I'm going to try to catch the last of that. Thank you for tuning in. Once again, you can buy merch at LaTosque.com. That's LATOSQUE.com. I'll see y'all soon. Thanks again.